Alright guys, so my business NixxMas, which can be found on Instagram, has made all these crochet bow ties for an order. If you're interested in basically getting this done, get your yarn and also get your hook. I use a size 4, and stay tuned to learn how I achieve this. Alright, so I got the order for blue bow ties, which I am using a blue variegated yarn and my size 4 hook. So step 1, I'm doing my slip knot, which I have a previous video on where I taught you all how to do slip knots, so you can go back and watch. And then I made up, I think, a total of about 25 single crochets. I also have a video on that teaching you all how to single crochet. So if you're a beginner, you can go back and watch my videos so that you can basically learn the different steps to achieve this bow tie. Alright, so as I continue to make my beginning row, which is the 25 single crochet, please note that you can make more chains or less depending on the size of the bow tie that you would like to achieve. Just also note that the bigger you go based on the type of yarn, it can be a bit flexible, like the finished product will not be as sturdy as you would like. Alright, so now I'm on my second row, which is after I get to the 25th stitch. I chained up about 3 more single crochets and worked back along the row 1, which with half double crochets to basically give my bow tie a more firm finish. Alright, so at the end of row 2, I basically chain up 1. And point of correction, in the previous clipping I said that I went back along row 1 with half double crochets. You can use half double crochets, but with this project I actually only did single crochets. And then what happened is that when I got to row 3 and going along row 3, I did my single crochets only in the back loop to give my bow tie a ribbed effect. So I just continued along that row, and as you can see now, I'm just taking my time along the back loops only. There I'm displaying the back loops, and I'll do that until I get to the end. Alright, so I just continue until I get to the end in the back loops only, and I personally like to go into both loops at the ends. Don't ask me why, I just like to. Then I will just turn and continue along until I get a desired amount. And I did about 10 rows of this. There you have a nice rectangle. Then I went ahead to get a black yarn. I chose black for my middle piece. So what I do is I do my slip knot and I chain up about 10 single crochets. Alright, so when I get to my 10, I basically do a single crochet back along the row that I just made until I get to the end of the seam. Alright, and when I get to the 10th row, I will just close off the stitch and cut off my yarn. Now I will now proceed to the making of my strap that goes around the neck. So I also use black yarn and I made a slip knot and I did some chains of about 100. You can go up to maybe 120, but I would advise you make the chains to fit around the person's neck or your neck size. Yes, so I think I did about 100 or 120 of single crochets. Alright, so when I've achieved the desired length of my strap, which I think I did 100 or 120, what I'll do is to turn and go onto a second row onto that same row that I made using half double crochet. So what I'll be doing now is I go into each previous loop, so each single crochet is from row 1, I double crochet into each. However, after the first 2 double crochet, I will, so as I was saying, after I'm now doing the second row, I will half double crochet into the first 2 stitches, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then half double crochet into the following stitch. What that would do is create a space, and that space will act as our buttonhole. So you will continue making 2 more half double crochet in the following stitches, chain 1, skip another stitch, half double crochet along the line, and there I'm displaying how the buttonholes would look. And you do that until you get to the other side, and then you will just half double crochet onto the end and seal off your second row. Alright, then there you have your strap with the 2 buttonholes for your bow tie. Alright, then I went ahead and I stitched on a button at the other end, and now I'm showing you all how I'm basically just cinching or squeezing in the middle of my crochet rectangle that I did earlier to basically form the bow tie. So just squeeze that in there. I'm just there trying to get both sides to be even, but you can basically see the bow tie forming as I squeeze the middle in. And then the small black piece that I made earlier, that the strap that would go in the middle, and that's basically to add in color, because we have the variegated blues and now we are using black to close off the middle. And I'm using my yarn needle with some more black thread to basically just join everything together. And as you can see, we have a beautifully almost finished bow tie. I went ahead and I added my long strap. That's the part that would go around the neck, and that's how I'm just displaying to you all how the button would go into the preferred buttonholes, so you would adjust accordingly. And I said almost finished because you have to go ahead and seal in all those loose threads to give it a nice finished look. There you have it, a bow tie, crochet bow tie. I hope y'all can follow along. Let me know how it was for you, and go ahead and do like me and make a lot more.